It's important to exhale consciously so that you know how much amount of breath you are able to let out. And then during this process, relax your physical body, and the mind should not wander anywhere. Make sure the mind is focused on the breath, and automatically the mind will get quietened. Something that you can experience practically within a few minutes, quietening of the mind. So, through this process of pranayama, one can quieten the mind very easily. What I have taught you now is the initial basic method of pranayama. When you attend a Sandhya Vandanam class, I will give you a lot more depth on how you can use this pranayama to quieten the mind and have a excellent clarity of thought. Once you emerge from pranayama, there will be absolute clarity. That will be in the Sandhya Vandanam class. I'll explain to you. So once the mind is quietened, calm, and there's a lot of clarity, after study of Vedanta Shastras, Upanishad Mantras advise us to do dhyanam on the Brahma Tattvam, the supreme truth, absolute reality. Mantra says, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. tat jalaniti shanta upasita. So shanta upasita. First quieten the mind. Shanta upasita. Do upasana nididhyasanam. On what? Brahma. As what? Sarvam khalu idam. Everything around us, verily, the only absolute reality is Brahman, supreme truth. It is Ashabdam Asparsham Arupam Avyayam, beyond the ken of all the sense organs and also the mind, which forms the substratum for the relatively real universe, which emerges from the absolute reality, seemingly sustained for some time, then merges back into this absolute reality. From the absolute reality emerges the relatively real universe. That's why Brahman is called Tajjalan. So, since this Brahman is vast and pervades everything, same Upanishad mantras point out that this Brahman, which is the nature of absolute existence, absolute consciousness, and absolute bliss. That principle is your own true nature, which is called Atman now, because of which all the cognitions are possible. Any cognition that happens within your self is possible only because of consciousness. When you go beyond the object and the cognitive capability, you will understand that the basic substratum, the fundamental principle for cognition is consciousness, which is reflected through the mind. And so, the constant cognition, if you can focus how cognition happens, it will lead you to Atman and Brahman. The Upanishad mantra says, Pratibodha viditam hatam amritatvam hi vindate Atmana vindate viryam vidyaya vindate amritam bodham pratibodham. Constant cognition that is happening. It is possible only because of the existence of consciousness within you. So once you recognize this consciousness principle, viditam matam, understand this as your own true nature, absolute reality, which is also Brahman, the considered opinion of the Upanishads, viditam matam. So what does this knowledge of absolute reality as your own true self, Acharya Shankara calls it Atmaikatva Vidya. So Atma Ekatva Vidya. There's only one Atman, that is your true nature, that is Brahman. This knowledge, Amritatvam hi vindate, bestows immortality. So this knowledge of absolute reality bestows immortality. Atmana vindate viryam. This Atma Jnanam also gives you special power, special capability, special mental fortitude to go through any challenges that you can face in life. Challenges could be physical, mental, emotional, psychological, financial, relationship, thoughts, emotions, anything. If you are a Brahmajnani, Atmajnani, you will view it as separate from you, and so it will not affect you. Understand that you are this eternal, pure Atman, Brahman. Atmana vindate viryam. This mental fortitude cannot be obtained by any other means. No other means. You can stand upside down, go to all the worlds, go different type, try different types of methodology, new methodology, old methodology, nothing will work. Only Atma Jnanam is what will give permanent peace. So, and great mental strength. Vindate viryam vidyaya vindate amritam. Double benefit program. When you are alive, you're always cheerful, happy, energetic, blissful because of Atma Jnanam. And when this physical body perishes, you attain immortality. No more visiting this cycle of samsara, birth and death. So, how to proceed systematically? Understand my true nature as the absolute truth, principle, consciousness. Let's continue the study of the Gita Shastram. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः निधये सर्वविद्यानां षजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतं वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः अपार करुणा सिंधुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्महम् ॐ. All of you straight on camera, stand Em Brahma loudly. On camera, don't hide behind camera. Em Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunmanti Nimyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः. Now chant these 6 slokas. Also understand the meaning, directing you towards jnanam. ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम श्री भगवानुवाच तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तामसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम् येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परं यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पंडितं बुधाः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. Now, having focused on jnanam, also learn how to manage this avidya prapancham. This prapancham, this world is full of avidya. How to manage it, how to understand, what is understanding. Shri Bhagavan दैवी हेषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं महाम्यहम् मत्तः परतरं नान्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मायया. Understand this ultimate truth. प्रपंचो यदि विद्येत निवर्तेत न संशयः मायामात्रमिदं द्वैतम् अद्वैतं परमार्थतः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता एकादशोऽध्यायः विश्वरूपदर्शनयोगः। ॐ नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अण्डमं व्यक्तसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्त्विमे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी। ॐ. So I'll chant shloka 45 and continue from there. Arjuna uvacha adrishtapurvam hrishitosmi drishtva bhayena cha pramyathitam mano me tadeva me darshaya deva rupam prasida devesha jagannivasa. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hardam Swagatam, hearty welcome to the next session on the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is called as Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. So, we are coming to that portion of the 11th chapter where Arjuna is now wanting to see Bhagavan's original form, which is pleasing, pleasant, okay, not ferocious. We say no Hindi, bhayanak, not bhayanak. So, not fierce, pleasant, calm, serene form. So, he is asking Bhagavan, while all this, what I've seen, this especially this cosmic form, which is very rare, never seen before by anybody. I have seen this. I've seen so many things. They're wonderful. At the same time, my mind is filled with fear. So please take away this form and present yourself in a very pleasing form. So what are the three phases Arjuna goes through? First is wonder, then what? Fear, then devotion. So Vismayam, Bhayam and Bhakti. So finally, what are the two? Bhaya Bhakti. So with Bhaya Bhakti, he is asking Bhagavan to go back to original form. What are the key messages? One, it is difficult for us to sustain the view of something very powerful constantly. I have seen this personally many times. Sir, we normally sit with Periva for extended hours sometimes. Great opportunity. Earlier. Not 2, 3, 4 hours also. Sometimes some people will come, sit for 5 minutes, then they'll get up and go away. Then later I'll ask them, why you're not able to sit there? Says, the power of Periva, I'm not able to sit there. So this practically who have been with Mahans will know that it is not easy to face very powerful things. Same thing, Arjuna faced the most powerful form of the Supreme. Unable to bear that, he wants to resort, he wants to make Bhagavan resort to the normal form. 1. 2. Another important point is, whatever comes incidentally will also go away in some time. Please understand. Vishwarupa Darshanam, is it permanent or is it transient? That what Bhagavan presented to Arjuna, is it transient or is it permanent? You know what's transient, right? Temporary. Please understand, whatever comes, whatever is acquired will go away in some time. It can never be permanent with you. There is only one thing that is permanent, eternal. What is that? It is Brahman, Atman, your own true nature. So what you should do, instead of trying to acquire what is required for your life, that's okay. You want to acquire some money, position, that is fine, but treat it as something that is only functional. What you should do, understand what you already are. Called Swata Siddham. Know your absolute reality. That is what is permanent. And so what is permanent will give you permanent peace. So knowledge of permanence gives you permanent peace. So understand this. So even Vishwarupa Darshanam, if Vishwarupa Darshanam was able to give peace of mind to Arjuna, what Arjuna said, please be in this form only. I'll keep on looking at you. I'll be eternally peaceful. Did he say that? You are reading Gita, no? The way to interpret Gita, because Ajnanis no give lectures on Gita. That is the problem. That's how you should interpret. That even if Bhagavan comes, you think Bhagavan comes, then everything is solved. There is one group, right? The Vishishta Dvaitis, they think Bhagavan is physical form. Bhagavan is not. Bhagavan physical form is only a elementary, reality, absolute reality. The true nature of Bhagavan is beyond name and form. Understand that. Ashabdam asparsham arupam abhyayam Sachidananda Tattvam, which is also your true nature. So once you understand your true, that's what is going to give you peace. Even Sakshat, what? What? Ishvara in front of you will not, unless you understand. Nahi jnanena sadrisham. Keep on saying no. Knowledge gives clarity. Clarity gives peace of mind. Absolute knowledge gives absolute peace of mind. They're all very important messages. We are focusing on the transient. Even we are asking Bhagavan for transient things, temporary things. That's okay. Functionally fine. But what we should actually ask for? Absolute jnanam, brahma jnanam. So Arjuna is saying, I have been very lucky. Nobody has seen this before. I have seen this. So please. But what is happening? My mind is filled with fear. So go back to normal form. Quickly we'll revise all these shlokas from 35 to 45, 36 to 45 technically, and see what are the key points quickly. So page number 12, because e-book is there. Normally nobody will read the e-book unless somebody is guiding you. Yes or no? How many of you have taken the e-book and studied systematically? Very difficult, right? That is why, though we have the e-book published, we also will study it once during the class quickly. I'm not going to go into all the details, but I'll point out later, sit and study. Then only you can digest this knowledge. Gita Shastram is knowledge, just not chanting. So, sloka number 35 to 45. 35 is basically what? Sanjaya is starting. That's okay. Go back. Where is it? 35. 36 onwards, Arjuna is speaking with devotion. So, what is the first aspect Arjuna is pointing out? He says, entire world definitely, it is right that the entire world is worshipping you because you are the master of the universe. And the entire world becomes joyful when they hear your name. See, Bhagavan Nama is the best way to remove all your challenges, problems. Every now and then we get into some kind of what? Upset mind, right? Mind is not energetic. Mind is not peaceful. Yes or no? Are you always energetic, always positive? What is the best way to get back to a peaceful, serene, calm mind? Chanting Bhagavan Nama. That is why all this Parayanam is kept. Whenever you are not in the right frame of mind, chant more and more shlokas. Keep on saying, at least 2 Sahasranama you learn, memorize, and keep on chanting them. When you chant audibly, slowly the mind will become calm. So he says, Arjuna says, entire world becomes joyful and mind becomes calm when they chant your names. And now, importantly, we need to understand the entire power, whatever we have, the material power is matter principle or ability to understand things through consciousness. The origin is Bhagavan. So, people who understand the divinity that is there, which is absolutely essential for existence and functions, worship Bhagavan. Whereas Asuras means what? Wrongdoers. They are afraid of Bhagavan, so they run away. So that is why they technically show whenever there is some kind of fearful being, you take Bhagavan's photo, right? And people keep God's photo in their pocket, or when they travel, they keep it in their bag. Why? To ward off all evil influences. So it's already told in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is saying all the Asuras run away on hearing Bhagavan's name or seeing Bhagavan. And then he raises the knowledge level. Bhagavan is the only one absolutely to be known. Veta, see. And the knower. So Vedyam is the one to be known. Veta is the knower. Ultimate. Why? Because Bhagavan is pure consciousness. Through only consciousness you cognize everything, you know everything. Ultimate knower is Bhagavan. And then he gives something that are slightly familiar. He is the mother, father, grandfather, great grandfather, everything. So Prapitamaha, don't forget that you learned a new term. And so the Vishwarupam, from Ascharyam to what? Bhayam. And then finally to Bhakti. And continuing, same thing. So he's the father of the world, both stationary and moving. Characharasya, Pitasi Lokasya, Characharasya. Don't forget that. Most adorable. Important aspect of Bhagavan is Lord Krishna. Not only adorable, because many people only study Krishna Charitram. They only want to know about what all pranks Krishna did as a child, what all things he did during his life. What is important? You should understand that Bhagavan is the greatest teacher. Two important scriptures, write down. Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Uddhava Gita. Teacher of teachers. So Bhagavad Gita gives you a sense of Vedanta Shastras. Uddhava Gita explains everything in detail. So Arjuna and Uddhava have been extremely lucky to get the message of what? Jnanam, Dharmam, Brahman, everything directly from Bhagavan. So Arjuna is pointing out that Bhagavan is the greatest teacher, teacher of teachers. What do you call Bhagavan here as? Jagat Guru. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. And importantly, when you one of the messages you get is that when you are actually having a vision of a Mahan or a great person, address the person correctly. So Arjuna is pointing out that it is important to address Bhagavan properly. And so he finally concludes by saying that I have been very lucky to what? Have this vision of the Supreme. Never before has anybody seen this in such detail. But at the same time, mind is filled with what? Fear. So go back to your normal forms. Whatever you want, you can ask Bhagavan. Another thing, Arjuna is giving a lot of clarity. If you want to see something wonderful, ask Bhagavan. And again, then suddenly you become fearful. Bhagavan, please take it away. Then, like a child, you can ask Bhagavan anything. Have the childlike innocent attitude when you're worshipping Bhagavan. Drop the ego. Whatever is there in the mind, directly convey. That is how you connect with the Supreme Bhagavan, whichever form. First, start with Bhagavan, a physical form, Rishta Devata, and then what? Ekarupa, Anekarupa, Vishwarupa, Arupa. So, listen, this is the process. So, Arjuna has asked this. So, to give more clarity, when he says normal form, Bhagavan has got so many forms, right? So, what? The Dashavataram is only one small example. You can have what? Sahasrashirusha Purushaha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat. So, what is the normal form? So, he wants to give clarity. Shloka number what? 46. Arjuna Uvacha Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam Ichhami Tvam Drashtumaham Tathaiva Tenaiva Rupena Chaturbhujena Sahasrabaho Bhava Vishwamurte.
अर्जुन उवाच किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तम् इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते.
Very good, all of us together. Arjuna Uvacha Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam Ichhami Tvam Drashtumaham Tathaiva Tenaiva Rupena Chaturbhujena Sahasrabaho Bhava Vishwamurte. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Oh, Arjuna is now addressing Bhagavan first from a Vishwarupa standpoint. See, two words. Sahasrabaho, He Sahasrabaho, He Vishwamurte. So that means what? Bhagavan is still in that form. So he is addressing Bhagavan in the form that he is presenting himself right now, Bhagavan. So he says, Hey Bhagavan, you are now Sahasrabaho, Vishwamurte, Sahasrabaho. That principle which is appearing with 1,000 arms. Sahasra Shirusha Purusha, I told no. Then Vishwamurte, you are of the universal form right now. What you should do? I want you to take away this form from my vision and present yourself as the same form before. What is the form? Give clarity. Come back with one head and one crown. So, one head and one crown. So, a lot of people have fancy for wearing what? Cap. And that's why while riding, they say wear helmet, protect you. Those days it was crown, now it is helmet. So, before with crown. So, come back with the form with crown. That means what? Very well decked. So, when you look at somebody with crown, you will be very happy. So, with crown, then what? You want that form with four what? Hands. So, he says with mace and with disc. Shankha Chakra Gadapane. Dwaraka Nilayachyuta Govinda Pundarikaksha Rakshamam Sharanagatam. So, come back the same form with crown, with mace, Gada. So, Bhagavan also got a Gada. Why? So, Gada is in Sanskrit. Don't apply Hindi here, okay? So, he's got a mace. That's for what? Punishing people who do the wrong things. And disc. Sudarshana Chakram. Shankam Chakram. So, here it is disc. So, what are the mace and disc in your hand? So, two hands. Other two things are there, One is with the Shankam, and then other hand for blessing. So, here Lord with four arms, and from thousands of arms, actually not 1,000 arms, thousands of arms come back to four arms. So, four is a basic principle, four directions. Okay, that's why you do four namaskarams to Guru always. When you meet a Guru, Mahan Sannyasi should do four. The number four also indicates the state beyond the three states of experiences, beyond Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. The fourth state is called Chaturtham Turiyam. So the number four is very important here. So you appear now very same four-armed form. See, this four and all is only pictorial. But please understand, the number four here indicates that state of what? Jnanam. And that Sachidananda Swarupam. Number four should take you immediately to what? The thought of Atma Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam. And so now you are with thousands of arms, come back to four arms, and you are of universal form, become the God with only one form. My personal God with what? Normally two legs. So one particular physical body and four arms. Come back to that form. Very pleasant. That's what I want to see. So what does it mean here? Indirectly, it is what? If you study systematically, the vision of the universal form, how did Arjuna get it? Did he get it naturally? No, go back. So you have to study. Remember what you studied. How did he get the vision? Divyam Chakshuha. So the divine eye that was given to Arjuna now has been removed. That means what? Once that divine eye has been removed, then Bhagavan appears in normal form. So he says that he didn't ask, he didn't say you remove my divine eye. He says come back normal form, then you will understand that Bhagavan has removed the divine vision for Arjuna to go back to normal form. So look at the Padavibhaga Anvaya for shloka number 46. In do PV, you will get a lot of clarity. Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam Ichhami Tvam Drashtum Aham Tatha Eva. Clear so far? Tatha plus Eva becomes Tathaiva. Tena Eva Rupena Chaturbhuje Sahasrabaho. Right? He Sahasrabaho. It's a Sambodhana Vibhakti addressing Bhagavan as Sahasrabaho. He Sahasrabaho. Bhava. He Vishwamurte. Some people saying 16, some people saying 14. Let's see exactly how many when we do the Anvaya. How many got 14? Huh? Now let's see. Actually, interesting or not? Doing PVA. Comparing the number, whether I got the right number or not. Mera number kab lagega? Now, Anvaya. Aham ichhami. Where is aham? Drashtum aham. In the take aham. And ichhami. Aham ichhami. Drashtum tvam. Where or not? Drashtum is there. And tvam. Tvam drashtum aham. Drashtum tvam. Okay. Tatha eva. Tatha eva. So this is one group. Aham ichhami drashtum tvam tatha eva. Introduction. Next, specific. Kiritinam gadinam chakrahastam. This is what? Second group. Then he is addressing the form he is seeing now. He Sahasrabaho. He Vishwamurte. Vishwamurte, Vishveshwara are all names of Bhagavan. Vishveshwara is for Parameshwara. Vishwamurte is for Vishnu. So, what does it mean? Vishnu and Parameshwara are one and the same. Understand that. There should be no Bheda Bhavam. Unfortunately, some people, they have lot of divisions. There is no division. Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti. There is only one truth, appears in multiple forms. Okay? He Sahasrabaho. He Vishwamurte. This is next group addressing Bhagavan. Final address is giving. Best, no? Vishwamurte Sahasrabaho. Then Bhava. Tena eva. Chaturbhujena Rupena. Clear? Now is clarity? 14 or 16? How many are there? 16 is clear. Shodashakala. There is Shodasham. Shodashakala. Even Mahaprabhu has talked about Shodashakala. Shodashakala. Very good. Now, Aham Ichhami. Now what? For all the commentary that Arjuna has given, commentary one about what he has seen, second about his fear, third about why Bhagavan is appearing like this, to get the answer, finally devotion, all those things. Arjuna says, enough is enough. So, sometimes you, what? Swallow something more than you can chew. They say, no? Don't swallow or don't take more than what you can chew. So Arjuna has taken something more. So he says, Aham ichhami, I wish. Drashtum tvam. Drashtum, to see. Tvam, you. Tvam is a respectable, tvam. Tvam, you should put a respectable tvam here. Okay, tvam, to see you. You, why with capital letters. How? Tatha eva. Tatha eva means what? In the same form as before. Same form as before. That means what? Did Bhagavan always move around with 4 arms? We don't know. Anyway, he's saying there is one form he has seen Bhagavan with 4 arms. So, He says, go back to the same form as before. First group I told you. And what is the specific here? Kiritinam, appear to me in a form with only one head and one crown. Don't come all, no, even with 10 heads and 10 crowns. 10 heads, 10 crown means what? Who is the person? Who is 10 head, 10 crown? Huh? So, can you imagine somebody having 10 heads? Huh? So, balance. How did he balance? Huh? So, these are all the visualization of the various aspects of the face and the head indicate the thoughts. So, 10 different. All the what wrong thoughts that Ravana had represented by 10 heads. Here, Bhagavan appears in various, Sahasra Hirsha, thousands of heads, says only one head, one crown. And how? Gadinam, with mace. Gadinam means one who is possessing the mace or the Gada. So, with one crown, one mace. And what you should do? Chakra hastam. Hastam means hand, chakram means the disc. So appear to me with the disc in hand. So it's a very pleasurable form of Mahavishnu. I told you the sloka also. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham. Similar to that, here, very calm form with one head, crown, mace, and disc in a hand. So specific, second group. But right now you are in which form? He Sahasrabaho. You are that Supreme Lord with thousands of arms. Also, you are Vishwamurti. You are now in the universal form, the cosmic form. And what is this cosmic form? That forms the substratum of the entire universe. Yes or no? He is able to see everything. So, whatever is specifically, once the Bhagavan is helping Arjuna to focus on that, but entire Vishwam, entire universe that isn't on Bhagavan's physical form. Take away that form. You are now in Vishwamurti, universal form. Hey Vishwamurti. What you should do? Bhava. Bhava means present yourself. Appear as what? Tena eva. Tena means with that very same. Eva, verily. Tena eva, very same. What? Chaturbhujena rupena. Chaturbhujam means what? Four arms. Four-armed form. Rupena. So appear back in the same four-armed form. So what does he want? He wants to come back to normalcy. So understand that anything that happens in our life also, right? Suddenly something will happen, either good or bad, you will be pulled to extremes or no. Either extreme happiness, extreme sorrow. What will you wish for after some time? Come back to normal. Enough of this. Come back to normal form, normal way. So Arjuna is asking that. So what is the key message? Tread on the path of what? Normalcy. Moderation. That's why Bhagavan has emphasized what? Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnaba bodhascha yogo bhavati dukkhaha. Sometimes weekend has come now. Let us eat out. Go and keep on eating. No, go to one extent, other extent. Then what do you want to do? Enough. Stomach ache, that I come back to normal. Right? Some people also do upavasam. That means what? Fasting. Enough. Come back to eating. So what if you do? Look at life. Yes or no? Every now and then we go into transgression. Neither extreme this side, extreme that side. Come back. Very difficult to be always on the same order. Yes or no? Tell me. How many of you are saying always I'm saying normal, sir? I don't go to any extreme. Can you be like that? When you get up in the morning, you'll know. Another day. Right? To get back to normal itself takes some time. So like that, constantly when you are connected with divinity, the truth, the rightness, good people, good thoughts, easier to come back to normal very soon. If you are in a company of bad people, bad thoughts, all these things, what happens? Very difficult to get back to normal or the right way. So make sure that you're always in satsang. So now, what happened? When Arjuna asked this question. So what happened? Is there one sloka missing? Anyway, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Correct, no? Next 47. We go to sloka number 47 now. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Maya prasannena tavarjunedam rupam param darshitamatmayogat tejomayam vishwamanantamadyam Yanme tvadanyena nadrishtapurvam.
श्रीभगवानुवाच मया प्रसन्नेन तवार्जुनेदं रूपं परं दर्शितमात्मयोगा तेजोमयं विश्वमनन्तमाद्यं यन्मे त्वदन्येन न दृष्टपूर्वम्.
Very good. I was looking for the Sanjay Uvacha. It comes at sloka number 50, not here. Okay, so Bhagavan wants to say something more before going back to normal form. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Maya prasannena tavarjunedam Rupam param darshitam atmayogat Tejomayam vishwamanantamadyam Yanme tvadanyena nadrishtapurvam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So earlier, when Arjuna asked the question, what is your form? Why are you like this? What is the function you are doing? Bhagavan had to say that, what? I am the ferocious, no, what? In the ferocious form, mighty time, I am actually had taken the form of destruction. So maybe, what? Bhagavan Vedavyasa felt that Bhagavan should speak some pleasing words also. In what? As Vishwamurte, as Sahasrabaho. Can you see? He's still not come back to normal form. He's now saying, Hey Arjuna, Bhagavan is now saying to Arjuna, Hey Arjuna, by my power only. So, Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mamamaya. So, by my power, you are able to see this cosmic form. The supreme form has been shown to you. That means what? It is not normally Bhagavan will go around as Vishwarupam. First of all, Vishwarupam cannot move. Why? Because it is everything, right? So, it is a special vision given to Arjuna, which is actually absolute reality. It's actually real that the entire universe is supported by the Supreme. To give a visual representation, Bhagavan has taken the Vishwarupa form, cosmic form, universal form, in which is really showing all the elements of the universe, physically present on Bhagavan's. Then only you will accept it, right? If Bhagavan is separate and the universe separate, will you accept that universe is present on Bhagavan? To show to Arjuna and through Bhagavad Gita to us that the supreme, the supporting principle of the universe, Bhagavan says, the supreme form has been shown to you by me. So it's not possible for normally anybody to see this. Only two ways. One, Bhagavan blesses you with what? Divyam Chakshuhu, divine eye. Or else what is the other way? What is the other way? Another way, study Vedanta Shastra systematically. Understand what? Etova imani bhuta nijayante e najata nijivanti yatrayantyabhisamvishanti. Constantly. The problem is, sir, I'm not able to understand, I'm not able to grasp, I'm not able to comprehend. Why? Because for some time you're focusing, yes. At that time it looks okay, right? When I did in Gita class, Brahman is real. Look at it. Brahman is real during Gita class, Vedanta class. After that, we don't know whether Brahman is there or not. Why? Because that thought is not connected with the supreme truth. So constantly you keep on thinking. Then what happens? At some point in time, the transformation happens and you become that. Brahmavid Brahmaiva bhavati. Shastras say, Yad bhavam tad bhavati. Tam yatha yatha upaste tadeva bhavati. So, here Bhagavan has shown to Arjuna this form So that he remembers that Bhagavan is supporter. But all that even Arjuna will forget after some time. So I have shown this form to you because what? I am very pleased with you. So Bhagavan says something, no, why I especially showed this to Arjuna? You are very dear to me. I am very pleased with you. All that Bhagavan is substantiating why he has shown this to Arjuna, and is also explaining this form of mind. Bhagavan is saying extremely radiant, effulgent, extremely what? Full of light. Means what? It's totally shining. And it is universal. That means what? There is no distinction. So we can say, sir, what about people from other communities, sir, other religions? How will they accept Krishna Paramatma as the what? The universal form supporting everything? What we know is only other communities within the earth. How many worlds are there? Huh? How many galaxies are there? So what is the understanding? Don't limit Bhagavan to one name, one form, one way, one worship. Biggest ignorant thing that even people who follow religion, some particular no kind of Siddhantam, Dvaitam, Vishishta, they don't even understand. That is the problem. My Parama Guru used to say, what? Shri 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 Satchidananda Swamiji, he studied Vishishta Advaitam, Dvaitam more than all those people also. What fundamental mistake they do? Huh? If one principle is to be the what projector, sustainer, dissolve the entire universe, how can it belong to one particular form, one particular way, one particular no name or whatever? Understand, broaden the mind. Chitta Vishalata, very important. So Bhagavan himself is saying that it is universal. Universal means what? Universal means what? No distinction of any race, community, gender, nationality, nothing. Universal. And this what? This all these distinctions are there within this earth. Like this earth, how many planets are there? How many galaxies are there? Don't even think. You are so short-sighted, narrow-focused. Universal is universal. Entire universe. Please understand. So Ishwarupam and limitless. So it is a limitless form. There is no limit. This form and also the primal form. It means what? That principle from which everything emerges has to be the primal form. So it is a physical representation for principle. Somebody pointed out very clearly. See, the supreme or God is a principle. The moment you limit God, you are doing a big offense. So, principle. And so what? This has not been, this kind of detailed vision has not been seen by anybody before other than you. You are the first person to see this universal form. We'll chant this sloka again and we'll end the class, continue meaning in the next class in about 12 hours from now. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Maya prasannena tavarjunedam Rupam param darshitamatmayogat Tejomayam vishwamanantamadhyam Yanme tadanyena nadrishtapurvam Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Tatsat Krishna 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 Shubhamastu Samasta Sanmangalani Bhutyata Hari Om Narayana. Meet in about 12 hours and continue Narayana.